What's up, guys? Well, it's been a while. It's been a while. I do that every time. Loser. Well, we're back. You can tell by the hair. It's a Dadurday. Haven't done a vlog since, it's been 2 months. It's been since January when I was down in Orlando. But it's an interesting time in the world. And people have been asking me, when are you going to vlog again? Even my niece and nephew, I get messages. My brother-in-law's, they want to know when you're going to do another video. So here we go. I'm going to try to at least do a little bit every day, get back in the habit of a daily vlog that I'll then kind of compile into a weekly vlog. Because there's really not a lot going on. But what is going on, let's let it be wrote. Coronavirus, COVID-19. It's all over. It's the end of the world as we know it. Or the beginning.
End of the world! Or the beginning?
We are on we're on, what is it, social distancing. We're kind of on a forced lockdown. A little bit. I mean, I'm not panicking. I mean, here's my feeling about it. Nobody wants this thing, and it's very dangerous for some people, and I will not belittle that. I will not downplay that. I'm relatively healthy. My family's relatively healthy. If we get it, it's gonna suck. We don't want it. We want to avoid it at all costs. We're washing the hands. We're sanitizing. We're spraying the Lysol. But if we get it anyway, we're probably gonna be okay. It's just gonna be miserable for a little while. Tom Hanks got through it. Rita Wilson got through it. Hopefully we'll get through it too. Knock on something. But I don't want it. You don't want it. And I don't want to give it to somebody else who can't fight it. So we're just kind of laying low for right now. But school is canceled. My kids are going to be home for 3 weeks. Well, 2, because then the third week is spring break. And we are planning to travel. That was gross. By car. We're not going to fly. So I'm hoping that's still on because we're traveling with a mission. But anyway, so it's going to be interesting. The kids are going to be home, and I work from home. So figure there might be something to record every day a little bit. So this weekend may not be very exciting, but with the development of coronavirus and self-quarantining and social distancing and being on lockdown with the kids, I figured why not start this up again. And I'm in the midst of once again, as always, trying to lose weight. I'm down 20 pounds since the last time you saw me on here. Just doing the low carb thing. So maybe when there's a good cheat day, I'll show that. I'm gonna go make some lunch, which will not be a cheat day, so I'll show you that. And probably clean a little bit. So anyway, let's get into it. So my daughters asked if they could go play with their friends, and I said, I was upstairs. I said, sure, just make sure. I knew they were down here playing with Play-Doh. I said, make sure you clean up the Play-Doh, clean up the counter, clean up the kitchen before you go out. That's your one job. And then I turn around the corner. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess in fairness, the Play-Doh is in the containers, and the dishes, that's my fault. I have to deal with that, so don't look at that. But still, it's going to be a long 3 weeks, friends. So I was thinking about ordering Uber Eats or something, or DoorDash or one of those for lunch to feed everybody, but I don't know. I know it's like extra money we shouldn't be spending right now in these weird troubled times. Look at that crazy lighting behind me from the sun. But I have an idea. I mean, you think they'll take the currency of the day? Hey man, if you bring if you bring Chipotle, this has your name all over it. You think? I don't know. Now that's a clean countertop. It's time to make some wings. Got they're Kirkwood all natural chicken wings. I don't know, but they're not breaded. Let's see, no carbs, no sugars. So I'm shaky, I need more coffee. Throw them in the old air fryer here. That was a terrible angle. Okay, so there's 3 here that are frozen together. That counts as one wing, right? If they're stuck together, just like nachos, they only count as one. That's the rule, I think. All right, pop them in the deal here. Here's the deal. This thing can never... There, got it. I can never get this thing. This is a new-ish air fryer. I don't like it. We used to have a great one, but it just quit working one day. So we'll go chicken setting, bust it. Then let these go for 15 minutes, and then we'll salt them, season them, and flip them over. Well, flip them over, then salt them, season them. Another 15 minutes. Mwah. Hey, as long as we're waiting for those wings to cook, how about a word from our sponsor? Did you know my new book, Emily Moonlight, is available now exclusively on Amazon.com in paperback and ebook form for Amazon Kindle? I did release this 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago now. I'm very proud of this book, Emily Moonlight. It's a novel. It's a horror, fantasy, adventure. I kind of feel like it's horror for people that don't normally read horror, so don't be afraid. There is some blood and guts, but there's also a lot of heart. That's what I keep saying. It's kind of corny, but it would work on there, right? So if someone had reviewed this in advance, we could put that right there. Again, I'm proud of this book. It's about 3 teenage girls, sort of. Now, it's not for kids. I would say like 17 and up. I mean, there's language in it and some adult situations. It's about a girl named Emily who has a secret, which is what it says right on the back. She's a werewolf, spoiler alert. And when her family moves to this mysterious island off the coast of South Carolina, and she discovers that she's not the only one with a secret. At first, at school, she meets another girl who turns out to be a witch, a very powerful natural witch. And later, they encounter a girl who happens to be a 200-year-old vampire in the body of a 19-year-old. And at first, there's some, let's just say, friction between them all. But they ultimately learn that there's another force on the island that may have manipulated their meeting and is out to get at least one of them and use the other against her. So they have to combine their powers, and just all kinds of adventures happen. And like I said, just there's claws and teeth and things getting ripped apart. So I don't know. I think it's fun. I love this story. I love these characters. I should keep it up here, I guess, so you can see it. Go to Amazon right now. This is, you know, if you've read my first couple books, Ears of Steel and The Cats of the Castle, first of all, this is nothing like either one of those. So buyer beware. But those were both published by traditional publishing houses, smaller boutique publishers, but still, this is my first time saying, you know what, I want to be in control. I want to live or die by my own sword, as it were. And that's what I'm doing with Emily Moonlight. I am self-publishing this through Amazon. I stand by it. I'm proud of this book. I love this book. I love Emily. I love you, Emily. She's like my own daughter, which is probably what inspired this story, the idea of being a father of daughters. And, you know, what would you do? What would you, because there's a real strong father-daughter story in here too, which is kind of how this whole thing started. So, and I think it's interesting, and it takes an interesting turn that you might not usually expect. Uh-oh, I believe my wings are ready. So go to Amazon, get Emily Moonlight by B. Andrew Scott, which is the name I used for my more adult works. And I think you'll love it. And if you do, please go to Amazon and give it a 5-star review. I'll take 4, but 5 is ideal. And give it a nice write-up. I appreciate that. For indie authors like me, you don't realize how helpful that is. So, and share the link with your friends too. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Okay, so they're flipped. I'm gonna go real simple. Just a little garlic salt. I don't want to go too crazy with anything. Sometimes I put this pollo asado on there. Actually, I might do it right now. Why not? Try to have a light hand. Whoops, already too late. Garlic salt for good measure. The problem with doing this in here is it makes your air fryer kind of gross. So, but yeah, it's the price you pay for cooking. And then back into the air fryer for another 15 minutes or so. Yes, I know that pollo asado has garlic in it, and then I added garlic salt, so these are going to be very garlicky wings. You say that like it's a problem. Let them go a little longer than I intended to. The pollo asado really kind of browns up on there, you know, in the heat. But they're not burnt. That's just the seasoning, so they're still going to be delicious. In fact, they probably don't even need any sauce. But what are buffalo wings? I mean, what are chicken wings in general without a little bit of buffalo sauce? Am I right or am I right? I mean, come on, what are you paying Buffalo Wild Wings for? Look at that. Just come over. I'll make these for you. Ignore what I just said. I love Buffalo Wild Wings. They don't sponsor this. I mean, I don't know what ad shows before. Maybe if I tag this like chicken wings, you'll get a Buffalo Wild Wings ad. I don't know how YouTube does it. But also, I did want to mention with this Frank's wing sauce, which is delicious. And I'd say it's on par with it's probably right between the mild and the medium at B-Dubs. So just for an example, for my friends in the UK, I don't know what to compare that to. So I don't know what your spice tolerance is over there. But and also this Frank's sauce has, I don't know if you can see that, no calories, no carbs, no sugars. It does have sodium, but I don't know. So, you know, it basically has nothing but delicious flavor. All right, let's do this. These are hot though, they're smoking. That's good stuff, man. There is a lot of garlic there, but well, I'm all showered now, and I'm working on. We had a ton of laundry that had to be put away. I've made a pretty good dent in it. Pretty happy with myself. This is all my daughter's clothes. It's too much. We got to start donating some stuff. It's crazy. The problem is, my girls are the youngest of all the cousins, and so things just kept being handed down, which is awesome. Thanks, Lucy. But now we just have too much stuff. So we got to unload some of this, especially before we move, because it's just craziness.
Look at this view. How, like, amazing is that? This is the real Castle of Orlando.
And I'm rewarding myself with a little bit of a beverage break, watching my buddy Gary, one of my favorite YouTubers, who's from Newcastle, England, but this is one of his Florida travel vlogs. This is actually from 2017, but it's one of my favorites. I always tell him it's like a warm blanket. It's one of my favorite ones to watch, especially as we're dealing with this whole coronavirus and kind of sticking around the house and whatever. So I wanted to put on something that I could just have on when I was working, and it's always one of my go-tos. So we're at Dick's Sporting Goods. As you can tell, we're in the Blackhawks section. What? You playing football?
Yeah.
We'll see it.
Not really. Hey,
Go along, Mace. You are going to sanitize your hands after playing with that ball. I love these St. Patrick's Day jerseys and hats. Did you just walk into a shelf?
yes.
Nice.
Are these 3-leaf or 4-leaf?
That is only a 3-leaf.
Sad.
The Blackhawks could use a 4-leaf, but no dice.
Okay. Okay.
Hockey's for everyone. Look, I'm with the resistance. So it's Sunday morning. The world is still in self-quarantine, but I am outside, ready to battle zombies if need be. I think I'm gonna take the scenic route, cut through the trees and go walk around the pond. Why not? This trail is a little tough to get through sometimes. Okay. But it's worth it, you know? When you get to the other side. Ooh, watch your step, though. Last year, around this time, a flock of pelicans discovered this and kind of like landed in here. See, it's very secluded. Well, not now because all the trees are dead, but when you come out here in the spring and summer, you can't see through there. But the pelicans didn't come back this year. I don't know why. If you look, there's somebody fishing way over there. Hey, brah, you didn't want to be quarantined either, huh? I know it sucks, but we gotta do it. Then I can take this scenic path towards Walgreens. Gotta pick up a prescription. My prescription's actually been ready for over a week, so I'm hoping it's still there. I forget that I have my auto refills on. This is riveting vlog material, isn't it? This is the vlogging that a 44-year-old with all this gray hair in his beard does. Talking about prescriptions and auto refills. Anyway, I hope everyone's surviving. I hope you're staying healthy, staying away from crowds. So look, nigh a soul around, the way it should be. But I just couldn't sit in the house all day. Actually, I could. I was in bed. I didn't want to get out of bed today. There's a Harry Potter marathon on Sci-Fi. You know, it's one of those things. Even though I own all the movies, whenever there's a marathon on, I have to watch it. But I had to get up and be productive. It's already 12:30 on Sunday afternoons. I'm equal parts freaking out and level-headed. I don't know which will prevail in the end, but I think it's good to even remain level-headed, even when there is a justifiable panic. I don't know. I was reading a thread this morning on Twitter from someone claiming to be from Italy, talking about what a horrible situation, and it is. I'm not downplaying that, but and it was like in big letters, just like, prepare for what's coming to you. And I'm like, that's not helping. I understand. Because there are people that are acting like this is nothing, this is no big deal. I had to switch arms there. And that's not right either. That's not the right answer. But what is the right? We don't know. But we're trying to lay low. I had to pick my wife up at work yesterday, so then we went and grabbed dinner. There was only a handful of people there. We washed our hands, used sanitizer, wipes, the whole thing. And then my son is a lacrosse player and he needed new cleats. We had a coupon that had to be used, so we went to Dick's Sporting Goods. There was only a handful of people there too. And then we went home. That was the extent of it. So, and then of course, we got home and my girls discovered that Frozen 2 is on Disney Plus already. They released it 3 months early to try to help in these troubled times. So, there's to you, Disney. So we watched Frozen 2, and that's been our adventures this weekend. So, I don't know. We're hoping I'm always hoping for good news. You know, the more time that goes by, the more time that gives these doctors and scientists opportunity to develop a vaccine. Israel said they're close. Canada says they're close. So, if we can just hold on for one more day, things will go away. Hold on for one more day. Maybe we'll get our vaccine and all will be better, at least, if not well. The random things you find on a walk. It's an eyebrow thing. I haven't even seen one of these. My mom used to use one of these when I was a kid. Sorry, Mom. Why is it on a bridge? Why? Was someone just crimping their eyebrows while they look down at the little creek? The stream? I don't know. The things you find. And see, look. The other end of the bridge, in the distance, that bastion of health, Walgreens. Gross, I wasn't even thinking, I just touched that. Ugh. I need to cut my thumb off. Oh, look at this guy. I mean, he's not a baby, but that's pretty awesome. Button you will push. Me you will try. That doesn't quite work, does it? Then I got R2. R2, 2. This entire aisle is killing me right now when I'm doing this low carb thing. Because I want all the chocolate. Dang it, Easter. This is the most random section of Walgreens I've ever found. It's all like deep sea underwater themed stuff. Like an inflatable chair, which is awesome. What's this? Pack of erasers. Deep sea slime. Look at these containers though. It's kinetic sand. Light up putty with like stuff a shark or something in it. A DIY terrarium? I don't get it, but I want it. Treasure chest. And then look at these pens. Oh geez, I broke it. Look. It's like a Trader Sam's pen. This is why I'm a shill. Never in my life did I think I needed a Shamu bank. But now I do. It's not drinking alone if the dog is home. That is sound philosophy. Wait, I don't have a dog.